warm welcome to WsCube Tech. So guys, in our previous session we have covered what are relational plots, and in our today's session we will be talking about what are swarm plots. So guys, what are swarm plots? They are very much similar to strip plot, but there is only one small difference. What difference is there? Because they look almost the same. What difference over here is there that you will here notice that in strip plots what happened that the dots are overlapping each other. Here the points over here are more defined, more accurate, and we can clearly see them. They are not overlapping on each other, and they are distributed in such a way that they don't overlap each other. Let's have a look on how swarm plots can be created and what all functions are there in swarm plots. So let's get started. So first of all, to create a swarm plot, we will import all the libraries over here. So I'll import cborn as SNS. So import cborn as SNS. After that, I will import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. After this, I will also import pandas as pd. You will see that I always import pandas but don't use it because we are using data sets. That's why I don't use pandas. To create data frame over here, so what I'll be doing, I'll be writing to load the data set, I'll be writing df is equals to load underscore data set. Which data set we will be loading, we can load over here, let's say tips. And after this, I'll be writing df dot head open close the parentheses to receive all the columns and first 5 rows over here. So all the columns and first 5 rows are not here because we have not written SNS. So we have to write SNS dot load underscore load dataset. So now we will be getting it. Okay, once we got it, what we need to do, we need to plot a swarm plot over here. So for swarm plot, we will be writing SNS dot swarm plot. Here the value of x is equal to, the value of x would be the day, and the value of y would be tip, and the data is coming from our df. So data is equals to df, and if I run it, I'll be getting a swarm plot like this. Some warning is there, points cannot be placed. You may want to decrease the size of the marker. Let's decrease the size. So some points cannot be placed over here. So to decrease the size, we will be writing size is equals to, let's say 3. No, it's not size, it's size. And if I run it, okay, it's much more better now. So we can now see, okay, some dots were there on the top which were not coming because of the size. So okay, instead of tip, let's put something else over here. So we can put size over here. And if I run it, okay, again, so let's try put something else over here. Let's try to put total bill. I just hope for total bill. We don't need it, total bill. And if I run it, okay, I will get something like this. What if I remove the size? But again, if I remove the size, I guess again we will not get the dots which are there on the top. So let me just try removing it. Yes, okay, though there is no error now. So total bill is fine now. So yes, one parameter we have already talked about, that is size over here. So you can add size to it. You can provide it with the size. Next thing that you can provide it with is hue. That hue is equals to, what could be a hue? So hue could be a time. Hue could be a time, and if I run it, I'll be getting time in this way. So we have time and we have lunch and dinner in this way on all the days. And if I talk about anything else, suppose let's check if a person is a smoker or not. So if I run it, I'll be getting the output in this way. Right now what is happening over here is I can clearly see that we have data in this format. Suppose we have dots of yellow color and the blue color in the same pattern, and that means inside the same column. What if I want different columns for Thursday? So for that, what I'll be doing, I'll be writing dodge is equals to, it takes the value in boolean. So now if I run it, we will be having different of them. Some warning is there. Warning is because of the size again. So let's just not decrease the size, but just, I just want to show you that how the dodge works over here. After this, okay, let's compare the strip plot with the swarm plot. So this is how the swarm plot looks like, right? That we have a swarm plot. Let me just get this data from the top. I'll just copy it and paste it here and close the parentheses. So if I run it, this is how my swarm plot looks like. And suppose if I write this data again, and instead of swarm plot, if I put strip plot, and here if I'll close the parentheses and again run it, so this is how a strip plot would look like. You can see in swarm plot what has happened, the values over here have scattered. Some of them have scattered towards the right, some of them have scattered towards the left, but the values are there at the same points only. So we can see each and every data point over here in the swarm plot. This is the difference between the swarm and the strip plot. Let's move ahead and talk about the other functions that are there in our swarm plot. So we can provide with the palette as well. So I can write palette is equals to string, and let's close the parentheses here, and if I run it, I'll be getting a palette also over here. Similarly, if you don't want to give it a palette, you want to give it a same color over here, what you can do, you can write color is equals to, let's say, magenta. Okay, and if I close it and run it, it would look like this. So you can pass on a similar color as well. Also, you can define the order. Suppose if you have right now Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. If you want instead you want the reverse order over here. So in that case, what you can do, you can write order is equals to, in the square bracket we can pass the list. So we have Sunday, Saturday, we have Friday and we have Thursday. Okay, and let's just close the list here and close the parentheses as well. So if I now run it, I will get it in the order of Sunday, Saturday, Friday and Thursday. Previously it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Similarly, you can give different markers as well. If you want to give a marker value over here, for marker, if you want to give any other marker, let's say instead of dots there should be stars. So we'll be passing it inside the quotations and I'll close the parentheses here. So we will be getting markers in the form of a stars over here and any other form if you want to give. And alpha, that means we can reduce the transparency by writing alpha is equals to, let's say I want to make it half transparent, then I'll be writing 0.5 and if I run it, this is how the alpha would work. Now it is much more transparent. Similarly, around the circles we can give the edges, and that means the edge color and the line width as well. So I can give line width is equals to, let's say 2 or 1 and the color, not the color but the edge color. So edge color would be equal to, let's say, black. And let me just close the parentheses here. And if I run it, so you can now see that we have a line width over here plus we have a color black. So line width is 1 and the edge color over here is black. So this was all about swarm plots. I hope swarm plots are clear to you and what is the difference between a strip plot and a swarm plot is clear to you. We learned about many functions over here. Some of them are hue, palette, size, dodge. Then we had color, that if you want to give the same color to all the columns, then you can use color. Then if you want to change the order, you can change the order as well. For markers, we can give the value. If you want to make it a little transparent, you can write alpha. If you want to give it a width, that means if you want the markers to get a width over here, you can give a line width. And lastly, if you want to give a color to it, then you can give an edge color as well. So I hope guys that the swarm plot is clear to you. In our next session we will be talking about the KDE plot, which is the last plot over here, and that would be the last part of our module. So stay connected guys and I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.